To celebrate Black History Month, Birmingham Community Libraries and Poetry on Loan are delighted to be able to bring you a poetry reading by Birmingham's Poet Laureate, Casey Bailey. Casey Bailey is a writer, performer and educator, born and raised in Nechells. In this recording, he'll be taking us all on a journey with readings of his poetry and an introduction to the work of one of his fellow poets. We hope you love this poetry video as much as we did. At the end of the reading, Casey urges us all to read something, write something, check out one of the books spoken about today, and continue to engage and love poetry. We couldn't agree more. Birmingham Libraries have a large collection of poetry books, including many of the books and anthologies mentioned by Casey Bailey in this reading. Visit www.birmingham.gov.uk/libraries to browse our bookstock and borrow a poetry book today.
Hey wonderful people, my name is Casey Bailey and I am the Birmingham Poet Laureate, and it's my pleasure to bring this reading to you for Birmingham Community Libraries. I want to thank the libraries and Poetry on Loan for making this happen, and hopefully you enjoy the little journey I'm going to take you on. So my plan is to kind of bring you through a chronology of some of my publications, so poems that I've written that have been published in one place or another. And yeah, it's a different approach, but why not? But I want to start with a poem that is a cover. I really like the idea of covering people's poems, and more than I like the idea, I really like this poem. In fact, I love this poem. This poem is by Liz Berry. It's from her collection Black Country, which is just stunning. And the poem is called The Way Home. Take me among the poplars, where beaches surrender to a path of gold before the silver birch, its slender body tongued by the mouth of dusk. Take my hand in yours as the path disappears, and do not turn from me when I kneel to bury my old life in the wet earth. The life I wept for those nights, the one I dreamed I would lose. For our boy is waiting inside me. His love a green bud, and nothing matters now but this. This autumn afternoon in a singing copse, where we will lay ourselves down like copper leaves, that he may never step upon anything but light. Yeah, I love that poem. I don't read it as well as Liz does, but I don't think anybody reads anything as well as Liz does. Cool, so the first one of my poems I want to read for you was published in my pamphlet, Waiting at Bloomsbury Park, which was published in 2017 with The Big White Shed. And this poem's called Wax. He told me he would fly to the sun one day. Told me he would push from these city streets, these gritty streets, he would push and fly higher than the rockets that NASA sent. He told me he would fly to the sun. I told him that's what Icarus said. Brave boy with feathered wings held together with wax. Brave boy with bigger dreams than he'd ever seen. I told him that's what Icarus said. But he told me he would fly to the sun. He would fly higher than Thames Tower, Medway Tower and Severn Tower. He would fly higher than those tower blocks stacked one on top of the other. And even if the crackheads that lived in those tower blocks, or the police that raid the flats of the crackheads that lived in those tower blocks tried to stop him, he would make it. I can't help but laugh at the way he holds the police and the crackheads with the same level of disdain. And I know he hates the police more. I know he's more scared of becoming the crackheads, but he told me he would fly to the sun. I told him that's what Icarus said. Brave boy with feathered wings held together with wax. Brave boy ready to battle stronger and harder, ready to defy all advice he was given, ready to fly. I told him that's what Icarus said. He looked me in my eyes, surprised that I gave him so little credit. He said, "Fam, what kind of idiot holds their dreams together with wax when their dreams involve the sun?" I listen and I laugh. We laugh. I laugh because everybody I know would tell me that he doesn't get it, and he would tell everyone I know that they don't get it. And I'm starting to think that maybe Icarus just didn't get it. This brave boy with dreams held together with hope, desperate to escape a labyrinth of his father's creation, desperate but determined to push, to rise, to fly. I have never seen someone stuck so long in a nightmare hold so strong onto their dreams. And for a second, or if we're being really honest, about half a second, I believed him. Cool. So that poem is from my book, Waiting at Bloomsbury Park, published in 2017 and just inspired by growing up in Nechells in Birmingham. Shout out Nechells every single time. The next poem I'm going to read is a poem called Skater Girl, and it was published in the Poetry Jam anthology in 2018. And it's based on kind of an amalgamation of students that I've taught in my career as a teacher and some of the struggles that they've been through. Skater Girl. I know a girl who skates. She rollerblades on a knife edge. I feel fear bubbling in my stomach. She is as unbalanced as anyone that I have ever met. I do not fear that she will cut herself if she falls. We both know that she does that already. Red ladder ripped into her arm. Her personal physical feedback forum. Red ladders on her arm and serpents in her life, but this is not a game. She tells me she won't say that vile, hated word, so she just says he violated her. We both know what that means. We both know how this works. She talks, I listen. She talks, I listen. She cries, she screams, I listen. Sometimes I talk. Sometimes she listens. Sometimes I talk so she doesn't have to listen. I am not here to tell her things that she doesn't know. I am here to show her things that she's always known. She is broken, but not beyond repair. I know a girl who skates. She rollerblades on a knife edge. Cool. The next poem I'm going to read is from the Verve anthology of city poets that was published in 2018. And the poem is called Step Step. And it's dedicated to Birmingham. I am not a dancer. But don't tell that to my feet when this city plays a beat and the concrete becomes a dance floor to navigate. It was in a garage rave at 17 that I first realized you can't just walk across a dance floor. You have to blend, move with them to move through them. This is one of few rules that I never break, ever. From the train at Grand Central to Yo Sushi at Selfridges is not a walk, but a waltz. Eyes up for the skyscrapers, letting pockets of sunshine through, step, step. Twist left so the young couple don't have to release each other's hands, step, step. Spot the homeless man from 100 yards, sort the change before I get there, step, step. He has seen this city at its coldest and knows this song never ends. Step, step, never miss a beat, always in time, shoulders brush, bags clash, step back to let somebody else pass but never stop. Like joggers waiting for green men to tell them to cross the road, feet still drumming at the same tempo. I am gliding through Brum. A boss guy plays guitar singing, I just wanna live. Don't really care about the things that they say. Don't really care about what happens to me. And at the same time, a girl no older than 10 races downhill along the wall of the floozy in the jacuzzi fountain. Head forwards, arms backward as if dipping for a gold medal. The image of her and the sound of his lyrics plait together like her swinging pigtails. Mini motion picture. I hear him, I see her, I feel all of it. Twist right, don't knock her coffee, clutch slightly tighter to mine, step, step. Apologize to the homeless woman, knowing I gave that change already, step, step. Tell her she is not a bother at all. Wish her a good day in return, step, step. Check my pockets as I meander away. We both look for hope we've lost. Step, step. It was at a funeral at 19 when I first came to understand you can't treat people like they are anything more or less than human. This is one of few rules that I never break. Ever. Head up, rhythm steady, the dance floor remains packed. This DJ takes no requests, we move all together, all apart. I am not a dancer, but this city plays a song that my heart can't deny and my feet can't disregard. Cool. So my next poem was published in the Emma Press anthology, Second Place Rosette, and it's for poems about Britain. And I like this anthology. It's really cool because it's split up into months throughout the year. And my poem, I'm quite sure, lands right at the start of January. And the poem is called Lighthouse. I never knew how much Yorkshire puddings were like lighthouses to us land dwellers, until I heard him speak of voyages, safe returns, and victories in endings. He said lighthouses let you know you're home, let you know you'd made it through the stormy weather, made it through the sea, chopping at your boat like mum chopping at potatoes. Experienced sailors can smell the land before they see it. I smell gravy before I see the chicken. It smells like glory, survival, family, rest. I made it. Strong ties couldn't stop my flow. We rest now. We sail again tomorrow. Cool. So yeah, Second Place Rosette, published by Emma Press. If you want to check that out, there are some stunning poems in there, considerably better than mine, but don't tell anyone I said.